Hi, my name is Keatski. I'm a woman in long-term recovery, and I am your teacher today. Welcome to Success Over Addiction and Relapse, SOAR. Yoga and recovery are my passion. My yoga helps my recovery program. My recovery program helps my yoga practice. Yoga means union of body, mind, and spirit, and I have a physical allergy. I have a mental obsession and a spiritual malady. So yoga will address all that ails me, helping unite body, mind, and spirit. Yoga is not a religion. It is a spiritual path, just as the principles, the steps of a 12-step program are a spiritual practice. So too are the ethics and the values of a yoga practice, as well as the physical practice, which can help to support what we get in the rooms, what we get from our sponsors, and certainly what we get from our sponsees, those who teach us the most. The physical practice will help release tension and relieve historical trauma. So things that have been trapped in our bodies through years of neglect, through accidents, through injury, through illnesses, can be released on the yoga mat. And today's practice is designed around the concept of turning it over. So whatever comes up in our yoga practice in terms of facing challenge, in our recovery path in terms of facing challenge, do your best and give up the result. In yoga, in the physical practice, when we do our best, we're looking at a 70% to 80% effort level, not the 110, 120 that perhaps we may have thought was necessary in a gym, or even when I was running out there, whatever I gave more than my all in an unhealthy way. So this practice is also based on finding moderation. The key to the practice will always be the breath. So sitting on a blanket or a cushion, just sitting on something that will allow your hips to be a little higher than your knees. Find a comfortable seated position, legs crossed, legs extended, or the legs folded behind you, sitting in kind of a kneeling position. Find a position that suits you. With the chin parallel to the ground and the eyes cast down in front of you, or closing the eyes, whatever's comfortable. With the lips together lightly and the teeth parted slightly, breathe in and out through your nose. Let go of everything that happened before this moment. Staying in this present breath, which is this present moment, not yet moving into the future. So don't worry about anything you need to do after this hour. Just be here, be on the mat, be in the breath. Turn it over. Couple more breaths here, inhaling fully, belly, ribs and chest, exhaling from the chest, the ribs, and then the belly. One more time. Let go of that breath practice. Come back to your own personal breath rhythm. Bring your chin to your chest. Open and close your eyes. And with eyes open, lift your chin and just see. Just see. See what's right in front of you. Beautiful. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Look up, reach up once with a little higher with one arm, then the other, stretching the side body. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And then reach up equally with both hands, shoulders down. So you can bring the upper arms toward one another. If your hands need to come in front of you, perfect. If the hands are overhead, perfect. So just be where you are in the practice. Inhabit your body. Let go of any idea of a specific result. Reach up, 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 sit down. And exhale, bring the arms out and down, bringing the fingertips to the mat. So that we're going to reach out pretty far from the body, fingertips to the mat. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Touching the mat with the right hand, lift the left arm up, reach up, exhale, tip over to the right side. If you can, keep that arm straight. If it feels like bending and that'll give you a better stretch, then do what feels good here. The point of this pose is to feel a nice side stretch. And inhale. Exhale, pull the belly to the spine and come up. And exhale, bring that hand down and other arm comes up. Bring the bottom of the shoulder blades into the back, lifting the heart, this whole section, the front of the body, exhaling over to the side. Reach, 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 hips heavy, shoulders on the back, shoulder blades on the back. Reach, 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 and figure out, is it better to have the arm bent? Is it better to have the arm straight? It's your practice. So do your best and leave the results to your higher power. Inhale fully, exhale, drawing the belly to the spine. Come on up, fingertips down. Just roll the shoulders forward, up, back, 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 and down. Bring the shoulders forward. Bring them up, bring them back, 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 and down. And one more time, bring the shoulders forward, bring them up, and back, 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 and down. And release them. When I say release, that kind of sounds strange. I'm just suggesting that maybe you soften the muscles that are behind the ears down your neck to the tops of your shoulders. So just see if you can soften behind your ears, down to the shoulders, releasing. Nice. Now bring the shoulders back, squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back. Then bring them up, and then forward, 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 stretching the space between the shoulder blades, and then down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back. Bring the shoulders up, and then forward, 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 and down. And one more time, squeeze the shoulder blades together in the back, bring them up, and forward, 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 and down, and release. And a little twist. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Don't twist yet. I know once you think about twisting, as soon as the hand hits the knee, you're thinking, I'm going to go around. But first, lengthen the spine, pushing down in the hips, taking the crown of the head up. And then with the abdominal muscles, pull those abdominal muscles over to the left, and then turn. Turn with the waist, turn with the chest, and then turn with the shoulders. And then gently turning the head to look to the right. Gently turning the head to turn to the left. Turn the head to the right. And turn to the left. And one more time, turning to the right, and then unwind the shoulders, the chest, and the waist. And of course, breathe. Take the left hand to the right knee, and the right hand behind, first sitting up tall, then using those abdominal muscles, drawing them over to the right, then turn the waist, then turn the chest, then turn the shoulders, then turn the head. Turn the head gently to the left and gently to the right. Gently to the left and gently to the right. And this time when you turn the head to the left, unwind the shoulders, the chest, and the waist. So in yoga, when we practice the yamas and the niyamas, which we've based certain classes on already, which are the restraints and the observances, you do your best. You always do your best, and you leave go of the results, just as we do in the program when we're working our 6th and 7th step. We do our best, and then we turn it over. When we have challenges, we do our best and turn the results over. In the practice today on the mat, do your best and turn the results over. Swinging the legs to the side. Come down off of your blanket or your pillow if you were sitting on one, and move that to the side. Sitting up tall, using the abdominal muscles. Let the back be as long, as upright as you can hold it. Hold behind the thighs, tip back a little bit so that you're balancing toes down. Toes down, shoulders up and back, and take the bottom of the shoulder blades and bring them into the back. Use your abdominal muscles and balance here. And this is the pose right here. Just getting to know how your body feels balanced in this position. This is it. If you want to, you can bring the shins up parallel to the ceiling and flex the feet. And this is the position, using your abdominal muscles. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. So the shoulders aren't holding you up. The abdominal muscles, the core muscles of the back, the abdominals, and some of the legs are holding you up here. And you can reach toward the ankles here. Shoulders up, back, and down. Breathe here. Soften the jaw, soften the shoulders, and reach, and breathe, and reach, and breathe. So as we're here in this challenging position, when you're done, you just bring your feet down. Hold behind the thighs, bring the toes down. That is done. So you just do your best and turn over the results. Breathing here. Take the right ankle over the left, crossing the legs, and come forward a little bit. And just drop the body forward. Breathing sweetly. The breath nourishes the body. It feeds the muscles. It soothes the brain. Take advantage of this nice, deep breath. Walk the hands toward the body. Bring the knees up one more time. This is the pose. This is the pose. This is the pose. This is the pose. So find your level. It's a choose your own adventure pose. So you really want to use the abdominals, but you don't want to create tension in the shoulders while you're getting strength in the abdominals. And you might quiver. I'm quivering. Breathe, breathe, breathe. This time right ankle over left and forward. Breathe here. So push yourself up to a seated position. Put your heels on the ground, grab your toes. It is often in a yoga class you'll do something that is just plain silly. It's important to have a little silliness, a little play, a little leela in your yoga class. So rock back and balance here, holding on to your toes. Or you can push through your feet and straighten your legs. You can have your legs in a V. You can have your legs straight out, lifting from the abdominals, holding on to the toes. Breathe here. Breathe here. Pushing through the soles of the feet. Keeping the feet as flexed as you can, pushing through the heels if you can. Breathe here. And if you roll backwards, oh well, don't worry about it. And breathe and release and come forward one more time. In our 8th and 9th step, in our 8th step we become ready. And our 9th step, we make actual amends. And that is a true moment in our practice, our spiritual practice of our program of recovery, where we really let go of the results. We do our amends, and what happens after that is not up to us. In the yoga practice, we let go of when we're going to get strong, when we're going to make a certain pose, when we're going to be able to do something. We're even going to let go of how our body changes when we practice yoga. We just do our best and let go of the result. Now, if you can, you put your hands on the ground and roll over your knees. If that's not possible, then you can just swan your legs around. But everybody's going to end up on hands and knees pose. On hands and knees pose, using the abdominals to support the back. Cat-cow pose, exhaling into that Halloween cat shape. Inhale into the cow shape with the belly down, the hips up, and the heart moving forward. Again, the heart is that whole section of the body between the shoulders. Exhale into cow. With the exhale, we're using the abdominals, drawing them toward the spine. With the inhale, we're softening the abdominals. Exhale. And inhale. One more time. Exhale. And inhale. And come to flat back. Lovely. Letting go of the results. A pose that is also a playful pose, one that you may have some challenges with. Thread the needle pose to thread the needle balance. So I'm going to move back a little bit on the mat. Take the left hand to the middle of the mat. Take the right arm up. Take the right arm behind the left arm and keep turning until your shoulders stack up and your right cheek is on the mat. Center your hips. Left hand is flat. You're kind of making a right ankle from the wrist, the hand to the wrist, and from the forearm to the upper arm, and from the upper arm is coming straight into the shoulder. So first, balance here. Feel the ground, feel your foundation. Use your core muscles, use all of those integrating muscles that I've talked about before in Standing Mountain. Reach the left arm forward on the ground, and then bring that armpit toward the ground. So this is a different stretch. Feel the opening in the underarm of the left arm if you can. Where is it right to feel it? Wherever you're feeling it. And breathe. Bring the left hand back. Palm down in front of the face. Once again, adjust. Really getting the shoulders to line up one on top of the other. Getting a nice little twist here. And take your left foot back. Toes on the mat. And you can stay here. Or you can lift that foot up and stay here. Or you can raise the left arm toward the ceiling and you can stay here. If you roll over, don't worry. You just do your best and let go of the result. And bring the hand down, bring the knee down, unwind. Lovely. Come into child's pose. Toes together, knees apart.
Pushing your hips down towards your heels, bringing the forehead to the mat. And breathe. If your forehead does not meet the mat,
options are to use a block, to use the blanket, or to stack your fists. So I'm going to turn around. And once again, preparing for thread the needle pose. Hands under hips. Bringing the left hand to the middle of the mat. Bring the right arm out. Bring the right arm back. And I've gotten you wrong. So bring the right hand down, bring the left arm up, and bring the left arm back. And stretch the left arm down so that you bring the left cheek and shoulder to the mat. I'm pushing down into the ground. Really stretch and twist yourself here, centering your hips here. Again, the right angle from the hand to the forearm, attempting a right angle from the forearm to the upper arm. And breathe. And then bring the right arm straight out in front of you and drop that armpit down and let yourself have a different kind of stretch here. And breathe. And draw that right hand back, hand under elbow, flat in front of the face. Take the right foot back, flex that foot, lift the leg up. And if you like, you raise the right arm up, reaching the right fingertips toward the ceiling. And breathe. Again, there may be rolling, don't worry. Just come back into the pose. Breathe and stretch. Breathe and stretch. Bring the right hand down. Bring the right knee down. Push into the right hand. Unwind yourself. Toes together, knees apart, coming back into child's pose.
Into your appropriate child's pose. You can reach the arms out in front of you, palms down. You can reach out in front of you, palms up. You can reach out in front of you, bringing your hands to your reach behind you, bring your hands to your heels. Draw on your heels. So any position for the hands. This pose of wisdom is available to you at any time during the practice. So know that this is here for you. Not just in this class, but in any yoga class you take at any time. Walk the hands towards your shoulders
and come on up. If you have tender knees, grab a blanket. If you don't know if your knees are tender, grab a blanket. So you can have the blanket in the center of your mat. We're going to come on to knees pose, preparing for gate. So come up onto your knees on the blanket. Move yourself over to the left side a little bit. And then extend the right foot out to the right side. Have the outer edge of your foot as parallel to the short part of the mat as you can bring it. Nice. And then line the shoulders up over the hips. Bring the right hand to the right thigh. Bring the left arm up. Shoulders down. So this is the pose. You can tip over toward that extended leg, reaching your left fingertips toward the right side of your body. And this is the pose. Reaching, stretching, breathing. Inhale, come up. And exhale, bring the left hand down to the mat. Leave your right hand here on your right thigh, or you can bring your hand to your waist. You can also bring your fingertips up toward the ceiling. And breathe here. Modified side plank. If you like, you can take this left foot and put it on top of the right foot, coming into full side plank. You can try it and then decide it's not your pose and stop the pose by bringing the knee back. And everyone, bring the knee back, push down into the ground, come up, retract that leg, and sit on your heels for a moment. And come up onto your knees, and now move over to the right side a little bit. Going into the pose. First sitting up tall, then extend the leg. Extend the leg. Keep the toe about the same level of the knee, using your abdominal muscles. Bring the right fingertips up and reach over. Pushing down into that extended foot helps the reach. So the foundation can help the expression. And breathe. Using the muscles of the back as well as the belly. Breathe. Inhale, come up. And exhale, bring the hand down. So you can leave the hand here. You can bring the hand here, or you can bring the hand here. Listen to your body. Check out how your shoulders are feeling. Bring the lower shoulder blades into the back. Really push down onto the ground with the extended foot. You can stay here, or you can stack the feet and come into side plank here. Using your abdominals, using your breath, making sure you're not getting tight in the shoulders as you hold this pose. At any time, you can bring that right foot back, bringing the knee onto the blanket. And let's do that now. Knee to the blanket, come on up, bring the left leg back, and sit back on your heels for a moment. Check in with your body, see how you're feeling. What's your breath like? Are you breathing? What's your heart rate like? Is it a little bit more rapid after that activity? One thing that we have no choice about is to turn over our physical response to the poses. Believe your body, feel your body, and believe what you're feeling. Pivot around back into hands and knees pose. Downward facing dog. So I'm removing the blanket first. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up. Drop the head down into downward facing dog. Breathe here as you lift the hips up and push down in the entire hand. So particularly along the thumb and the first finger, push those digits down. Push the heels down. Lift the hips up. Lengthen the back. Breathe. Bring the left foot into the middle of the mat. Bring the right foot up. Remember, coming down into child's pose is always available to you. Notice that the left heel wants to come up, so you push down a lot in the right hand and a lot in the left heel. Bring the right foot down, bring the left foot up. Now push the right heel down a lot and push a lot into the left hand. Keeping the shoulders square,
breathing. Know that child's pose is always available to you. Foot down. One more long stretch. And then walk your feet toward your hands. Walk the feet toward the hands. Bend the knees as much as you need to creep all the way up to the front of the mat. Knees are bent, head is down. Monkey pose, straightening the legs, putting hands on the shins, straightening the arms, straightening the back, gaze forward or straight down. Listen to your neck. Turn your head from side to side, checking out your community. So, we don't get well alone. We get well with others. Weight into the heels. Inhale, bring the arms wide and up and overhead. Take your time. Look up. Reach up. Bring your hands together and bring your hands in front of your heart. And bring your hands down. Lovely. Brought up a little heat in the body. Got a little warmed up. Shoulders up, back and down. Balance on 2 feet. Standing mountain. This is where we become connected in our yoga practice to doing everything that is ours to do. Doing everything that is mine to do is to find my foundation, feel grounded in my pose, connect with whatever is touching the ground. If it's my feet, if it's my hands and feet, if it's my forearms and my knees, whatever's touching the ground, get connected with the ground. And once I've done that, I bring that attention up the body. So right now, bring your attention up your body. So you feel the feet, the balance, and bring that attention to the shins and calves. Lift your kneecaps. Tighten the thigh muscles around the thigh bones. Engage the glutes. Lift the abdominals. Lift the waist. Hug the ribs in slightly. Soften the shoulders, the back of the neck, certainly the jaw. The crown of the head moves up. The feet push down. This is mine to do in my yoga practice. Feel my ground, integrate my strength, and find softness and dignity in my expression. In this manner, I can face life on life's terms. Inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Reach up to your compassionate higher power. Exhale, wing your arms out to the side, tipping from the hips. Come into forward fold. Inhale into monkey pose. Hands, fingertips next to the toes. Hands on the ankles, hands on the shins, or hands on the thighs. Whatever will allow your legs to straighten, your arms to straighten, your back to straighten, and to give you a sense of length in the back of the body. The back of the legs, the back of your back. Exhale, come back down into forward fold. And then inhale, bringing the arms wide and up overhead. Look up, reach up. Push down into the feet. Use your core strength. Tip back. Upward salute. Hands together in front of your heart. Let's do that once again, bringing in our principles. So inhale. Bring the arms up. Again, looking to your compassionate higher power. Bring that compassion into your heart. Exhale. Forward fold. Bringing that compassion into you. Inward looking, forward fold. Exhale. Inhale into monkey pose. Once again, gazing out into the community, either keeping the neck flat or looking forward or looking from side to side. Part of the community. Exhale back to forward fold, reflecting on what you learned from your community and how you respond. And inhale, bring the arms wide and up and overhead. Look back to your higher power. Final answer. Hands together in front of your heart and down to your sides. Well done. Well done. Come to the short part of your mat. Lovely, hands on hips. Step back. Step back with the left foot in comfortable distance so that you can come into a lunge. Nice. Inhale, bring the arms up, shoulders down. Using your abdominals, exhale, bend the knee, keeping that front knee over the ankle, and then straighten that back leg. And then dip down and bend, and inhale and straighten. And one more time, dip down and bend. Inhale and straighten. Exhale, bring the arms down. Lean forward and bring the back foot forward. Ay, ay, ay. If your limit is 2, do 2. If your limit is 1, do 1. Let the breath guide you. Take the right foot back. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the right knee, not till it touches, and then straighten the right knee. Bend the right knee and straighten the right knee. One more time. Bend the right knee and straighten the right knee. Bring the arms out and down, lean over the left leg and bring that back foot forward. And breathe here. We're going to do that again with something extra. Please step back with your left leg. Bend your left knee and keep it here. Bring your arms up and keep them here. Or you can hold on to your left forearm, not the wrist. Leave that delicate wrist alone. To hold on to the left forearm and tip over to the right. What do you feel? Check it out. Breathe here and check it out. Come back up. Bring the hands down onto the right knee. Lean forward and bring the left foot forward. And breathe. Other side. Right leg back. Bend the knee. Bring the arms forward and up. Hold on to the right forearm with the left hand and tip over to the left. And try not to have the hips swing out. Try not to change the bend in the knees. Make sure you're breathing. And inhale, come up. Exhale, bring the hands down onto that left leg and bring the right leg forward. And stand up in Tadasana, shake your legs out. Pretty phenomenal. Pretty phenomenal. Just do what you can and leave the rest. And breathe. Step back with the left leg. Turn the toes a little bit to the side. And bring the hips forward. Nice. Warrior 1. Bend the right knee, bring the arms forward and up. Drop the shoulders down. In this pose, you're moving the back hip forward and the forward hip back. Lovely. Warrior 1. Your foot can be just a few feet behind your front ankle, or it can be back quite a bit. Let your breath, let the comfort of your ankles, your knees, and your hips guide you. Exhale, bring the arms down, straighten the knee. See
You straighten both legs for a moment. And once again, reach the arms forward, bend the knee, reach up. Bring the arms forward and down. Use that leg for a little bit of assist and bring the back foot forward. Nice. I'm going to turn around, and you may also, if you wish, or you can stay right where you were, shoulders up, back, and down. Bring the right leg back. Nice. Pivot the hips forward. Find a distance between your ankles that suits you, and bring the arms up. And drop the shoulders down. Really reach and breathe. Keeping the body facing forward just as much as you can. Reach and breathe. And reach and breathe. Reach forward. Bring the arms down, straighten the front knee for a moment. Just take a little break. It's good to take a pause, to take a moment. Come back to the breath. Come back to your consciousness on the mat. So be aware of the mat, your grounding, your integration, your dignity, your expression. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend the front knee. Coming back into that warrior one pose. Warrior, such an important spirit to develop inside ourselves. Always thinking to myself, when I hear the word warrior, I think I'm a warrior of the spirit, and I will protect my recovery. I'm a warrior of the spirit, and I will protect my recovery. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Bring the hand on that knee to give you a little assist as you bring the back foot forward and step forward. Beautiful. And come into standing mountain pose. Check out how your body's feeling right now. The importance of having something substantial near you when you are doing a balance pose cannot be understated. To gain the facility of the healthy balance, sometimes just having something near you to touch from moment to moment can be helpful, and you can gain more from the pose. Tree pose. First, balancing on 2 feet. Just as we do in every standing mountain, plant the feet, integrate the body all the way up through the body to the crown of the head. And then you bring the weight over to the right leg. Then you prepare the left leg, bending the knee, turning the knee out, heel on ankle. Don't let yourself fall down into the hip, but try to keep the hips even. So you can have one hand at the heart or both hands at the heart. Find something to look at that doesn't move. And keep your foot in kickstand. You can put your foot on your ankle, your foot on your calf, or your foot on your thigh. I just ask that you not put your foot on your knee. No toes on the knee, no heels on the knee, because if you lose your balance, you could damage yourself. So do put your foot in a place where you can push the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. And you can have one hand for security and raise the other hand up. So you have a beautiful tree. You can have your branch be any way you want it to be. You can have one branch. You can have 2 branches. Let your gaze be soft and your breath be smooth. And before your body runs out of energy, you begin to unfold the pose, bringing the hands down, bringing the knee forward, bringing the leg down. And become aware of that standing leg and show it some appreciation. So, even when we turn things over, I turned over my entire stability to my right leg, but I still would like to show it some appreciation. So we have our own ways of offering our prayers and our thanks to our higher power. We show up at meetings to express our thanks to our community for being there for us when we need them. We give our thanks to our sponsors by sponsoring. So we give thanks to our support. Even when we turn things over, we give thanks to our support. Other side. Balance on 2 feet. Finding that balance all the way through the body. Transferring the weight now over to the left side. Bend the right knee. Bring the right foot out. Heel on ankle. Hand to heart. Bring the foot to the ankle, to the shin, to the thigh, and your body will tell you what the right level is for you. More important to balance steadily here or balance steadily here than it is to try to find some elaborate pose where you don't have your dignity. So you want to have your dignity in the pose. Foundation, integration, dignity. Hands to the heart. Grow your branches. And if this side is not as secure as the other side, and make sure that you allow this side the support of a counter, a wall, a chair, something that will allow you to find strength in the pose, breath in the pose, the ability to be in the pose. And before you run out of energy, bring the hands to the heart, hands to the counter, bring the knee forward, bring the foot down, and then thank this supporting leg. Knee, the ankle, any part of that leg that may be saying, you know, that was a little tough. I had to work really hard. Say thank you. Say thank you and come down to the mat. Sitting on your bum with your feet flat on the floor. Nice. Holding on to the knees, do the churning. So we've done this with straight legs before. We're going to do it with bent knees, holding on to the knees and rotating the body around in one direction. Taking your time. Next time you come forward, just pause and reverse that. Reversing the direction. Coming around and around. Very nice. And pause. Swing the legs behind you. We're going to come down onto Sphinx pose. Roll over onto your tummy. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and your arms parallel to one another. Your hands nice and flat on the mat. Draw your bum towards your heels and your shoulders away from the ears so you're not shrugging, but you're pushing down in the arms, lifting the heart up. So feel the strength of your back as you're opening and softening your heart. Draw the toes away from you. Now, if your lower back feels congested or tight, bring the elbows out a little bit in front of you so that you have a little lower arc and the back can feel a little better. Listen to your body. It has so much wisdom. Your body also deserves a little tenderness for everything it's been through. So as you breathe, think tender, appreciative thoughts. Tender, appreciative thoughts. Thanking your body for being so amazing and getting you through your whole life to this point where you've made a choice, a decision to take care of yourself in a healthy way. And bring your belly down, flare your elbows out, stack your hands, and place your head on your stacked hands. You can put your right cheek or your left cheek or your forehead on your stacked hands. And breathe deeply. Hands under the shoulders. Push yourself back into child's pose. Breathe here. Push into the tops of the feet, rise up and swivel around once more on your bum, once more with the feet on the ground. Scoot all the way to the front of your mat so your toes are at the edge of the mat. Hold behind your legs and lie down. Simple twist. Bringing the arms straight out from the shoulders, bring the knees into the chest. Drop the knees over to the right side. You can continue to look toward the ceiling, or you can look away from the direction that your knees are going. So in this case, you would look to the left as the knees are going to the right. Listen to the shoulders, the neck. So this is beginning the process of releasing for our final pose, tranquility pose. So there's less effort here. On the exhale, using the abdominal muscles, roll onto your back, knees and nose toward the ceiling, and then take the knees over to the left and turn the head to the right. Again, you can gaze toward the ceiling if the head is not pleased with turning to the right. On your next exhale, roll back onto your back. Hug your knees in. Rock from side to side for a moment. And then when you're ready, bring your feet down to the ground, your hands palms up next to your hips. You can keep your knees bent, or you can extend your legs on the mat. Tranquility pose. Savasana. Lie here, and I'll guide you back after I've rung the bell 3 times. In this pose, we truly turn over everything we don't need. In this pose, we hold on to the goodness of our practice, of our yoga practice, of the practice as it expressed itself in our energy, in our body, in our emotions, in our wisdom, witness body, and in our spiritual being. Take all the goodness in, and we let go of what we don't need. We let go of any tightening in the feet the ankles or the legs. Softening the back and the belly and the chest. Releasing the right shoulder, arm, wrist, and hand. Releasing the left shoulder, arm, wrist, and hand. Allowing the back of the neck to soften and the head to be heavy on the mat. Releasing the jaw, the muscles of the mouth and tongue. Softening the cheeks, the temples, the eyes and eyebrows. Softening the forehead. And even imagining that you could release and soften the scalp. Allowing yourself just to glide here for the next few minutes. And I will guide you out with the sound of the bell. Moving the fingers and the toes, deepening and lengthening the breath. Moving your head from side to side and drawing the knees into the chest. Once again, rock the body from side to side. And then roll yourself to a seated position. Holding your hands together in front of your heart, bow your head, honoring yourself for making the choice to take care of yourself in this way for a full hour. Wish healing to people who suffer in and out of the rooms of recovery. Namaste.